possibly got a little, I don't know, jaded or jealous. No, I think she's strictly gets jealous of anybody else that's getting a tent in Dalton's boxes. And I think, unfortunately, Lady Guinevere and Kane and a lot of people started getting scared when my voice got heard. They don't want the truth about them getting out. And that's, in my opinion, that's kind of what fueled all of this, was when Dalton hosted that big messy live, I think it was a week ago now, where he had me and Brandy in the box, and all of a sudden he brought up the Predator, the McPredator as we call her, the Springfield stalker. He brought her up into the box, claiming he didn't know who she was when he knew damn well he had already apologized to me about what she was doing. He knew all the gross things she was doing. He knew about everything. He acted like he didn't. And then Melanie calls me that word. Melanie literally called me a predator when they brought up the Predator into the box and started supporting them. Evidently, since then, Lady G and Kane and that whole side of that group, like, they went back to being enemies very quickly, I guess, is what I've heard. I don't know if that's true or not for sure, but I've heard from several people say, oh no, they've already stopped supporting each other. But Dalton doesn't even realize the level of manipulation that Lady Guinevere, I sat there and watched it unfold when I was rewatching this live that somebody posted, and I was like, or I was watching it, but it was a repost, I should say. But I'm watching it and I'm like, oh my God, she is like so hard trying to be a master manipulator, making it seem like she's there to help him and she's there to defend him. Literally, it's her friends that started harassing Dalton. And the only way she was able to get them to back off was, I believe, if he did something like what he did, which was create a smear campaign and further their smear campaign against me. And they feel, I guarantee you, Lady Guinevere and Kane Allen feel like they won. Jenny feels like they won. The Predators feel like they won because they're labeling themselves as the victims when they're literally a group of a mob that act like a mob on here. They're a cult. And all of us in this box, except for JoJo probably hasn't, but all of us have been victims of theirs. And more people too, more people, definitely more people. But they act like they're the victims and they gaslight everybody. They literally used Dalton, manipulated Dalton, and got the focus off of them when Dalton's platform was actually helping bringing awareness to what they're doing. And I'm not going to lose track on the focus of them. Dalton wants to insert himself with them, and he's already been discarded by them, and he fails to realize how he was manipulated and used by them. And they think they won by diverting the attention away from them onto Dalton. Dalton might be the mess right now, temporarily, but the focus really needs to be on Lady Guinevere and Kane Allen and IBTL, his group, as well as Dalton at this point. Like, they're all part of this, not just Dalton. Dalton is definitely not the only guilty party in this. And people need to look at these big creators. Just because they have a large following does not mean that they are innocent. They are human beings just like everybody else. They're subject to being frauds. They're subject to being liars, and you need to start looking at their real identities of who they are in real life, and scrutinizing them just as much as we do the personas on TV, the movie stars, the TV people that are acting like news anchors. Who's vetting the news anchors of TikTok? Honey Badger right now and friends. That's who. Nobody else is really vetting the big creators. So I've had a knack of calling out big creators for friggin' years. The first big creator I called out was North Omaha Cat Lady. And anybody that knows me from back in the day before my account even got big to the 20.3 thousand, my first one, knows I was the original one to call out North Omaha Cat Lady. I don't care how many followers you have. You're still a human. You're still able to be held accountable. I don't play by TikTok rules. I'm sorry. And if you don't like it, the Honey Badger space and the Washington Dog Dead space are not places for you, because it'll get messy playing over here. You play dirty, we're going to fucking throw dirt back at you twice as hard. I think I could speak for everybody in this box except for JoJo, because I don't know JoJo. But you come at any of us with lies, we're going to fucking post the truth about you and expose you with the truth. You start trying to smear our name with lies, we're going to bring every factual bit of information out about you. We're going to expose everything about you and show the true colors of who you are, and make you show the true colors of who you are, which is exactly what Dalton is doing all over this platform. He's showing his true colors, and people are seeing it for what they are. Dar, you've been around and dealing with the crew that I'm talking about, because at one point I was literally told this is no lie. I was literally told back in the day that Dar and Shane were people that wore white hoods, and that they were these horrible WS people, right? And I was told so much, and Joker too. I was told to be afraid of these people, that they were Klan members. I was literally told this. You know who I was told this by? I was told this by Penelope Danielle Bailey, formerly Brandy Danielle Hersey.
Because I stopped supporting Kane.
Not this Brandy.
The woman that is the VP of IBTL, Kane Allen's VP, the woman that pretends that she's black and native so that she can grift people online when she's Caucasian as fuck. And I'll show a picture of her for those that missed it. I'll bring a picture of Penelope back up, because this woman is a whole ass fraud. You look at the pictures on her profiles of how she presents herself, and then you look at the pictures of her on her friend's Facebook page, and you tell me that woman on the left-hand side, that's Afro-Indigenous Penelope. She's black and native, according to her. That's on the left. That's Afro-Indigenous Penelope. That's without filters. I didn't do anything to this. You can tell by the person on the right-hand side. There's no alteration to the color of this photo. Penelope's the one altering the colors on her photos to make herself look darker. Penelope's the one using filters to make herself look darker. I'm not the one altering her photos in that way. All I've done is taken some of the photos from where she made herself look darker and show what they look like when they're white balanced. It's a photography trick when we show how to get the natural balance of the color white into the photo. Penelope doesn't know shit about what she's talking about regarding photography. If you want to know more, I went to school for photography. Yes, but you can tell very clearly, if anything, this photo was just made to enhance and make them look prettier and more smooth and blurry. That's on Penelope's end, not me. I didn't do a damn thing but take this off of Facebook. Somebody else took it off of Facebook and gave it to me. Dar, I'm sorry. You've been dealing with them a long time. Let me shut up.
Oh, you're fine. I don't pay attention. You know, to be honest with you, Joe, and you know that, I back you, but I don't pay attention to what they have to say to me anymore. They can't say any more about me than they already have. If people want to think that I'm a racist because I had made a remark on one person's thing, he was saying his stuff was a social experiment, to which that was turned around that I was a racist because I stopped backing Kane and his baloney. Point blank period. I didn't like him anymore. I didn't believe him. I saw through a couple of things and I just walked away. And because I didn't want to deal with him anymore, I was all of a sudden the biggest racist in the world.
Same thing here. As soon as you don't support the fold, as soon as you don't support Lady Guinevere, they turn on you and they put a label on you. It's a true mob. It is a true mob that when you leave it, you become a target.
I can't change anybody's opinion of me. I know what I am. My friends know what I am. And I actually had talked to some of the people in this app in real life, like we have each other's phone numbers. Joe's been in my house, for God's sakes. So no, he knows me off the app. Like, if you want to believe that kind of crap about me, I got no time for you. Run along and go play with those people because I don't have time for you. That's how I look at them now.
I do think people need to realize, though, it's bigger than just Dalton.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. He happened to be young and they were able to pull him right into what they needed him to be at that moment in time.
Dalton was literally used as a pawn by Lady Guinevere 75 and King Kane Allen and Simply Nikki.
And unfortunately for him, he also let his true character out in the middle of being played that pawn.
Yep.
And I was watching that live as it happened with that young man, because I sent you a picture of it, I believe. I sent you a text message that he was on live.
I'd like you to join if you don't mind. I don't know you, Rissa. I would love for you to join because I want to know why you're saying things about me in lives. Do I know you? Have we had an experience before?
I think people have me confused with the person you had on your screen.
The Caucasian Rissa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that who you were calling?
So here's the thing. What I was telling people, that if they ever heard me speak badly about any Rissa, it's that Rissa, the Caucasian Rissa. But I
appreciate that.
Yeah, I wanted to clarify that. But I've also got screenshots from people that said that you were in Pastor Petty's live with somebody else calling me a child predator.
So what we were talking about was what was sent to us. And I know you've seen that video.
I haven't actually yet. I've only seen the screenshot so far.
It was what was going around with King Kane. That is what we discussed. Nobody went into
Got you.
a bash session. Nobody dug you up. We
Got you.
discussed that information,
Got you.
and that was it.
Now, were
I
you
appreciate you
supporting-
disconnecting me from that other person because I have no idea what y'all got going on.
No. Can I ask a
But
quick question? Were you supporting Kane Allen and what he was claiming, or you were just saying this is what he's making claims of?
it was in terms of I'm not going to speak on you until I get the information. So this was information that was told to me. I share with Petty because we're on the platform and we were trying to understand if was that you yesterday? I don't know if you want to out yourself or what, that gave that video yesterday early morning. It was early morning my time because I'm on the west side, but
I'm on the West
it
Coast.
was a video with someone discussing some stuff with a 12-year-old. Was that you?
Of Dalton.
Yes.
It might have been one of the videos that I tagged Pastor Petty in several videos. One of them might have been the one where Dalton was talking to a 12-year-old because that's
Okay.
going viral, but I don't remember if that was one of the ones I shared with Pastor Petty or not.
Well, there was someone in the box.
Oh, I wasn't in a box. No,
Okay.
I didn't. I
So-
haven't been in a box with Pastor Petty yet. I've reached out to him and I talked with him via Instagram yesterday. That was it.
So that's probably why someone said that I spoke on you, because the person sounded like you. And we asked that person,
Wait, what?
are you Washington Dog Dad? And they wouldn't say yes or no.
Who is this? Wait a minute. This is the first time I'm hearing about any of this. Who was this in Pastor Petty's live?
Yes.
No, we
And
don't
this was
tell you.
yesterday.
That was yesterday.
I can
Yesterday
tell you
morning.
that there are several people that are in this, literally in this box right now, that I was engaged in a conversation with. Actually, there's only one in the box and one in the comments section that I was engaged in a lengthy conversation with after the police left my house, and they were here for 2.5 hours.
I was on the phone with them for about almost 5 hours.
The only
yesterday.
person that I know that sounds like me, there is one person in this world that I know sounds a lot like me. They're a relative, and I do not care for them. And
I mean, I don't know. All I
would
can
doubt
say
they
is
would
from just hearing your voice, and I will own it. I said it. From having heard your voice in Dalton's live before, that's why when they were like, "Hey, we think," someone in the comments was saying, "We think that that's him," and I said, "Hey, if that's you, good morning." And Pastor Petty asked, "Are you Washington Dog Dad?" And the person was like,
do you know?
mm,
Do you know
I
what
don't
the-
remember the screen name. I couldn't tell you for the life of me. I was half asleep in engaging in that whole conversation. So I can't tell you what the screen name was, but I did tell him and the platform that it did sound like you to me. And it did. I mean, I can't
Was
say
it-
it was you
so
or not. There was no
now that-
photo. There was no video.
Now that you hear my voice, though, a day after you heard that one, do you still feel that way?
It did sound like you. I can't say it was you. It
So
sounded like you.
When was this?
Yesterday.
Yesterday,
What time?
like
are
11
you on
o'clock in the
Pacific
morning.
Standard- what
So
time?
East Coast time, it was probably
No, I'm on Pacific Standard Time.
so about 7 a.m.
Oh God, I wasn't even awake yet. Oh no, wait, I was awake yesterday at 7 a.m., but that wasn't me. It was 100% not me. You're saying 7 o'clock a.m. in the morning on Pastor Petty's live? Our
It
time?
was like 11
Yes.
o'clock for me.
Somebody had shared a video of that conversation with that minor in that live,
Oh,
and that
you're-
was the extent of that. It
you're
wasn't.
saying the conversation that somebody had with the minor sounded like me. Is that
No,
what
no,
you're
no, no, no,
No. They
Hear me,
shared a
hear me.
video of
Yes,
of Dalton talking to the kid,
yes,
and they're like when they spoke, the actual person that came up when they spoke, they sounded similar to you.
yes.
So that's
not
why
the
they were
person
asking
in the
if it was
video.
you.
Not the
And what
person
Riss
in the
was
video
saying-
sounded like you. No.
Right, not the person in the video, but the person in the box, the actual person sounded like you. And what Riss was saying is like, when he got called out and asked if it was you, he went, "Well, I cannot confirm nor deny."
I would, let me tell you, anybody that knows me in this box, in fact, I'll let them answer for me. Dar,
Joe
Brand,
would just tell you who it is.
Joe
He
would
doesn't hide
say
who he is
himself.
ever.
yeah. Yeah, in
But
fact,
again, we weren't in that
No, I just
moment
want you to
coming
know.
at you.
I would
You
own it.
know, we were trying to figure out the validity of, you know, and the intent behind this person, because we can see that y'all kind of have something going on.
Do you know anybody that
Again, I'm on the outside. I don't know what it is. I don't really want to know what it is because I'm over in my bubble. But
Risa, do you know
we were
anybody
trying to disconnect that
do
from the
you know
situation.
do you know anybody that might have the screen name, and more importantly, which I would love to see, is do you know anybody that might have a recording of that part of that live and or the screen name?
Petty would
Petty
have it,
posted,
wouldn't he?
Petty's YouTubes are, I mean, YouTubes, Petty's lives are on his YouTube.
Okay, I will definitely check him out.
Yeah.
Is
So
his
I
his
can, I
YouTube, I
can't
would
tell you
assume.
if he's up and at it already, but he is good about getting them updated and loaded after they happen. So
Okay.
I would probably say go there. I don't even, like I said, I was half asleep, so I couldn't tell you who was in the chat to tell you what the screen name was because I was half asleep and I was
no idea what it
summoned
was.
in the situation. So, but again, thank you for clarifying that whatever you got going on over here is not me because
No,
I have no idea what it is.
I just wanted to know why I was being talked about on Pastor Petty's live by people because I've never had an issue with Pastor Petty. I think he's cool. And this is the first time I'm hearing about everything that you're telling me about this conversation in his live yesterday with somebody that early in the morning. B, were we on the phone at that time? Because I was up early yesterday. I was up at like 6, I think, yesterday.
Was that a question to me? I'm sorry.
Yeah, because before the cops came over, I know I was on the phone with you, but I don't remember if it was during that time or not. I'd have to go back and look at my phone.
I'd
log.
have to go back, but I know that you and I were on the phone yesterday from 3 to 8. Before that, I'm not sure. I'd have to go look.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully you can see it on the live on the YouTube, the screen name, because I can't tell you who it was
No,
or
that's okay.
why they wouldn't say that they weren't you. Like we have no idea. None of us.
Is
But we all legit asked the
Petty's
question.
YouTube
Pastor
in his
Pam.
bio?
Oh, let me get a screenshot of that. Thank you, Maria. Thank you so much.
There it is right there.
Yep. Perfect. Yeah, and
Thank
he's
you.
cool. I'm in touch with him on Instagram and I'm in touch with him.
I just looked, Joe, and it looks like you and I spoke only at when you called at 3.
3 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
3.
I
You're
know we were text messaging.
I'm gonna exit because I don't know what.
No
Thank you for
worries.
If
clarifying
you're calling
everything,
for
man.
her, I'm gonna exit to the left.
Yeah, Risa. Risa. Is it Risa or Rissa?
Rissa.
Rissa, thank you for coming up. I appreciate your time. And I
No
appreciate
problem. Thank you for clearing that up.
Yeah, thank you. Okay. Oh, that's my timer. Hold on. That means I got to do another stretch and fold, Brandy. Brandy, that means I got to do another stretch and fold. That's what that timer's about. Brandy's not listening. Or she doesn't realize she's on mute. All right. I'm going to.
No, I was trying to find when we were talking yesterday. That's all.
Yeah. Well, I mean, either way, like I want to hear this because I want to hear if it sounds like me or not, because there's only one person in this world that I know that sounds very similar to me. I'm sure there are others, but there's only.
Well, I know you well enough and to say that you would have been like, yeah, that's me.
Well, I mean, I know it wasn't because I know I wasn't in Pastor Petty's live yesterday. I know I told him if he wanted me to go live, I would. Brandy.
Well, you kids have a good afternoon. I have to go hobble my ass to the store because I have no food to eat.
Are you?
That does not sound like Joe. It doesn't sound like Joe.
Wait, you found it? Can you play it? Hold on. Everybody mute, and I want you to play it if you can. Hold on.
No, I can't play it. I only have one device.
Oh wait. Well then, you just listen to it?
Yeah.
All right. Hold on. I'm gonna go to YouTube on my iPad. My iPad's just slow. It's very slow running. So it's just gonna take me a minute.
Do you have the time mark so you can just skip right to it?
Yeah. Which video is
No,
it?
let me see.
I love when Venom uses their voice because everybody accused
It's
me.
like an hour. It's like an hour and 8 minutes.
With no credit.
An hour and 8 minutes. All right, hold on. Let me pause Pandora.
If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure I looked at the account or whatever, and it only had like 3 followers.
Oh, that wouldn't be me. That would not be me.
I mean, it didn't have the same profile picture as you, nothing like that or anything,
Yeah.
but
What's
I'm pretty sure it only had a couple followers and that's it.
Let me scroll up here again. Okay, here we go. Pastor. All right, Pastor. I love Pastor Petty. I think he's actually really cool. I think he actually handles his lives really well, and he brings like he's funny. He's funny too. That's what I love about him, is like, he's not petty in a harmful way, in my opinion. He doesn't, in my opinion, I don't think he tries to cause anybody harm. I think he tries to get to the facts. I think he really he makes things funny, but he also brings you factual shit. And I think he's really funny about it. And I just like I like the whole way he does it. Brandy, you will not believe this. I'm literally taking a screenshot of this. I just went to Pastor Petty News Channel 777. Guess how many subscribers he has?
How many?
2.22 thousand.
I was gonna say, is it 222?
Yep, 2.22 thousand. That's friggin' crazy. That's a sign. That is.
I don't like
definitely a
that
sign.
number, you know.
That is a sign. So is it Venom? Is it the most recent one?
She's on pause. I think she's looking. Oh, there she is.
Yes, it's the first one. I'm
Okay.
trying to listen to it.
And you said it's about an hour into it?
An hour, 8 minutes.
Okay, an hour. Okay, hold on. I got my.
This is too much. Look at so much trouble, and the truth is, I was feeling it's so cold.
An hour or a minute? Oh no, an hour and 8 minutes. All right. Wait, this is.
Why is the chat disabled?
What?
He's furious about the amount Bobby and I are spending, so she said I could only on the party by the means.
What is? This is not.
That's not it.
No, this is not it. This is about some Egyptian artifact or something.
Well, then you. I
It's him, but it's not. So wait, let me see. Maybe. Pastor Petty News Channel. I need to subscribe. All right, and then let's see videos. All right, woke up sleepy and petty. What's the title on it? Muffin Man woke up sleepy and petty, or
woke up.
investigating what is the deal with Skittles.
Woke up something.
Woke up sleepy and petty. Woke up and sleep petty. Is that it?
Yes.
All right.
Hello.
Hey, what's up?
Hello.
Man, my blood pressure, blood sugar, cholesterol, everything's up. Hard dicks and helicopters.
All right, and now.
Oh, we always say hard dicks in airplanes, but that one's good too.
It's the helicopters, man.
Well, whenever I get a chance to get them, I will get them to you.
Okay.
All right, yeah, get those, because, yeah, I can't.
Okay, an hour and 8.
He only apologized for the second conversation that he had with the 12-year-old.
Is this the person that somebody's claiming was me? Hold on.
Yes.
Somebody else is,
Yes.
That doesn't even sound like me.
That voice is way too deep to be yours.
That is not even close to being me. All right, hold on. Let's back up a little bit here.
Sound like Homegirl Jones.
That doesn't even sound like me. That's just people who don't know me. That's all.
Yeah,
Nope.
please, always receive.
That's Pastor
always.
Petty.
I like to play, but I don't like to do what they do.
I'm the
See,
same way.
he has integrity.
And that's my fault, but I saw the thing back there, and I saw his voice.
Is that Rissa? The good Rissa? Or the
everything
other
so
Rissa,
fast.
the new Rissa?
Yeah, because they like to just talk out their mouth and don't have anything. And,
Facts.
I
and I
know.
don't like doing it like that. I like to, because when I.
Can you guys hear that okay?
Involved and they white can see it.
Yeah.
and then their wife have to sit there and lecture them, you know, and then it's formidable proof, and the wife can't say nothing but sit there and be mad, and now the wife got to go through their phone to see who else they flirting with. I need it to sting them really, really good. And if we ain't got a receipt, I can't sting them like I want to. Because when the followers get the screenshot of the receipt and take it, and all the followers got it. And why is he doing this? Did he try to hit me? And then they go back and look at their stuff, and he was trying to flirt with me. Oh, he was trying to flirt with me. And then all the screenshots start coming out. That's how I like a good
Pastor. So I'm going to pause this for a second. I
completely understand that. Again, my apologies.
I don't think Pastor Petty realized that. I believe Dalton and Sky are in an open relationship, but I don't think he realized that. It's like Sky knows what he does and says, unfortunately.
Coming up here without having her receipts ready. I just wanted that to be known, and I will get the receipts to get on it and interview probably later on today. But there's so many things that we are mutual between. You don't need to. I wasn't cutting him off. We were having a cordial conversation, Pete. Thank you. But if there's someone in here that we are mutual with that has a way to get you those receipts, I will make sure that you get them. So that way you can see that. Yeah. All right.
I want to pause this again really quick, just because I'm realizing something as I'm processing shit right now. I want everybody to realize what the new Rissa said. The new Rissa said that she was asking about information that she heard from Kane Allen. So again, just more proof that the person that's causing a lot of this shit, it's really like Dalton is basically just amplifying exactly what Kane Allen and Lady Guinevere wanted him to amplify. Their smear campaign against me, and they are some of the biggest problems on this app, in my opinion. But I just wanted everybody to hear where even Rissa said this came from. She was bringing shit from Kane Allen. Kane Allen's one of the very people that I exposed for committing fraudulent GoFundMes.
So she
and Lady Guinevere.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying is like they're amplifying, they're feeding it, but Dalton's still responsible for the shit he did.
Right, but at least Pastor Petty's responsible.
It's got to be the petty way before you get to the podium, and I can send them to you. But
please,
I got you. I got you.
So who's that talking? I can't see it on his YouTube.
I'm gonna get them.
Okay, thank you.
Who's that talking? Does anybody know?
Let me see who this one is. Let's see who this is.
See, I love this about Pastor Petty. Even though he has the name Pastor Petty, he's petty in a different way. Like he says, like he doesn't do what they do. He wants facts. He wants receipts, and I'm fine with that. I'm not the one getting upset with Pastor Petty. I'm fine with receipts and proof because that's how I fucking roll, and that's what they don't like.
I believe this one was over there. No.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
I'm going to ask a favor. I sent you, so last night you had
This is wicked, isn't it?
Of the video, and in the screenshot was Blue, Rissa, and that 12-year-old child, and
No.
you had it behind you.
Is that wicked?
I'm the creator of that video. I sent the entire video, including his quote-unquote half apology. He only apologized for the second conversation that he had with the 12-year-old. He neglected to say anything about the first conversation that he had with the 12-year-old. Where he, oh, absolutely. I would like you to just go watch the entire video.
Let me go into for the folks that don't know. So this is the one that I have. I played this.
Oh, it's okay. It's good.
I mean, they said it was a kid.
How old are you?
Oh, no, there's a conversation prior to this.
Oh?
Yes, sir. I sent you a video yesterday.
I mean, respectfully, is your parents still married?
There's a video on politics. There's a point in the live where he says, I'm going to do it this way. And he's pointing his two index fingers together, and he's pretending to be a child, and he's saying, my mama
we
should go to the skate park. Me and you, this we do. Oh, I'm serious. You need to go. You have the video, sir. I sent it in your direct message. I'm not saying he's a predator. I'm not calling him anything like that. I am just pointing out the fact that This man is a hypocrite. He did apologize for one half of the video, but he did not apologize for acknowledging that the first conversation he had, he knew that was a 12-year-old. Whether or not that child was paid to be in that box, the minute he realized it was a child, that conversation should not have gone any further. You do have it in your DMs. If you'd like, just respond to my DM and I'll send it to you again. There were two conversations.
On IG? On IG?
I apologize. I didn't send it to your IG. I sent it to your TikTok. Is your IG the same?
Yeah.
Yeah, IG the same without the characters.
Then
But
I
hold
will.
on, because he apologized, but then he also said, but that kid, because when you apologize and you put a butt behind it, it means you ain't really apologized.
Exactly.
So he said, I apologize for the fourth time, but that kid was specifically sent over to try to get me caught up. Well, how the hell is a kid gonna get sent over to get you caught up if you don't do shady shit? Like,
Well,
that don't make no sense.
He also indicated that the child was sent to say derogatory terms. As a matter of fact,
So why say anything, dumbass?
that if you bring the volume up, you can hear it.
Right?
However, last night when I questioned him,
Let me
Hold on. What were you saying, Ben?
I said if he knew the child was sent, why the fuck did he even engage with it? You know what I mean?
Like that person said, his apology is an apology, but I'm going to give an apology, but I want you guys to focus on Washington because I'm trying to smear him. And wait a minute, you're holding me accountable for something I did. I don't like that. I want you to focus on Washington. So I'm going to make up more lies about Washington so that you guys will go attack Washington and not like Washington because now Washington has dirt on me too. That's what it's about.
That's about it. He said, I'm sorry, you got it.
Did you guys? So hold on, before I think this is where, because I just heard him starting to say, "Are you?" Well, it sounds like he's going to ask, "Are you Washington?" But did you guys hear in the beginning of this? He said who he was. He said something about he was the person in the video, but he's referring to a different video. So if anybody knows what video he was talking about in the beginning,
I think
He said he was the creator of that video.
I think he's the one that posted it on TikTok, is what he's saying.
Yeah.
I was in. Yeah. Okay, this voice sounds familiar. Doesn't it sound to you familiar to you too, Grandy? Because I think this is the guy that was up in the box yesterday with us in my live. He didn't show his face, but I think this is the same guy that was up in our live yesterday.
I don't think he went live yesterday, Joe.
Here, he just asked. Listen, he just asked.
Shit.
Hold
Like,
on.
that don't make no sense.
He also indicated that the child was sent.
Listen, he's
to say derogatory terms. As a matter of fact, he says in his apology that if you bring the volume up, you can hear it. However, last night when I questioned him in his live about it, he said, "I'm sorry, you got it." Well, can I? No, what can't you say? I cannot.
That's not me.
Neither can I. Is that the? No, I'm not Washington.
There he goes. He says he's not Washington.
Okay.
Fuck.
I'm the original creator of that video. I'm not trying to call him. I do want to stress one thing.
So why?
I'm not trying to say this man. He did not. He did not. I don't think he sexualized the child. I think he was trying to be funny, but I think he is inappropriate, and he is an extreme hypocrite who was claiming that children should never be involved in it. However, he was.
I want to just pause this for a second. You guys hear how the guy, like, I think I know who that is.
Well, first of all, hang on,
No.
Joe, because I think where you're going at is with Nissa. She said she was half asleep.
I know,
on her defense.
I know, but it didn't start with Rissa. It started with somebody in the comments.
I'm just clarifying with her. She legit stated that she was half asleep during that live.
But it didn't start with Rissa. It started with somebody in the comments, which is what I'm trying to address.
Okay.
So somebody in the comment, the whole reason I asked for Rissa was because somebody in the comments, or somebody was saying something like, they were saying that it was me, and Rissa thought that it was me too. But this is how these rumors, all I want to address is like, this is how these rumor mills get started. People hear something and they run with it. But it was very clear right there. The guy said, no, he's not. He was like afraid to admit who he was, but it was very clear right there. He said, no, it's not me, right? But people evidently, like, I think Rissa too, she was half asleep, but there was somebody else in the comments too. Like, they obviously didn't hear that part. And, like, I don't know, I just feel like that's somehow how, like, rumors get started. And I think, like, the rumor mill right now is going crazy, and Dalton's one of the worst ones that hears something and twists it into something new because Nikki's son became a girl. I was evidently at the beach when I was living in Connecticut. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not, like, trying to call one person or anything out. It's just like these rumors sometimes get started, and Dalton seems to be hearing rumors and spreading rumors like freaking crazy with new twists and turns to them that don't even make freaking sense. To the point
It's
where
the
now,
snowball effect.
but
That's
this
what it
doesn't even
is.
sound like me. And I was like, I'll have to get in touch with Pastor Petty because I feel like he should know my voice by now. I've been in voice communication with him on Instagram, but this was also, if it was 7 in the morning, it was before he probably really heard my voice too much. Sorry, and please don't take that wrong. I hope you guys know what I mean by that. It's just like these rumors are they're crazy. Like, why can't people just get facts first? And Dalton, shame on you, because you're spreading harmful rumors and then you get your panties in a wad when far less happens to you as a consequence of the rumors you're spreading. Like, shame on you.
All it is for clicks and views. That's all it's for.
I gotta go through this correctly.
That filthy motherfucker.
It's kind of like, I don't ask for money.
I love you, Bam.
And all I have is like my reputation. Any other platform, but that's the only thing I have is my word, because these folks who've been following in the beginning. So, credibility, it's like my own thing that I have.
See, this is why I like Pastor Petty.
To Washington, being
what did he say?
A person that is a P3 deal is what they're saying, that Washington had a yes, baby.
What did
Southwest, I'm not willing to do that because, in all honesty, I don't want to suffer from the wrath of the minions. I exposed the truth. He is not. I'm not calling him any sexual predator in any way. I am calling him a complete hypocrite. It doesn't matter if the child was paid. The child was 12. There was an initial conversation in the lives where he makes fun of that child. This is prior, and then he brings the child up a second time and starts the whole stepfather conversation. Petty, I will leave it in your hands because it's your reputation.
Yeah.
I will send it to you in IG, and I will leave it at that.
Yeah. But if these folks saying turn on camera, and you probably don't want to turn on your camera, and I can't force you to turn on your camera.
And I realize how that looks, but I promise you, sir, it is your reputation. I will send it over to you in IG, and I will let you make the determination. Again, it's your platform. So I will absolutely do it.
It was already inappropriate. Even paid or unpaid at the point that the person said there was a child. But I'm gonna have you.
Does anybody
drop down, just out of respect?
Does anybody know where this supposed quote unquote proof that Dalton has is? Because I still haven't seen that yet either. It's Dalton causing all of this, but isn't innocent either. So Shelley, just so you know, it's not all Dalton. It's actually Lady Guinevere and Kane Allen who are also, they literally fed this false information and these rumors to Dalton to spread their narratives. They are really the ones that are masterminding behind a lot of the shit that Dalton created. Dalton was just a puppet in their show. Dalton was used as a pawn by Lady Guinevere 75 and Kane Allen. And the fact that they're trying to bring it to Pastor Petty and doing this shit is friggin' pathetic because he is a good guy. And I get it. Like, no wonder. He's probably afraid to go live with me because of these motherfuckers spreading these rumors. Which are rumors. There's, like, I wouldn't be able to have my job. I wouldn't be able, and they know my job is fully aware of the accusations that are being put on me. Like, I keep in touch with them. They keep in touch with me about this shit because the motherfuckers call my job. Why are they trying to bring me down? Look at my page. Look at the content on my page. Just look at the information that's pinned. I have receipts on these motherfuckers that would bury them if the truth gets out. And if any of the information that I have gets viral and these motherfuckers get exposed for who they are, you're going to have a creator with almost 1 million followers come to their fallen. If the truth gets out about their real identities and who they are behind the scenes of the acting that they do on TikTok, if people find out who they are in real life and what they're doing in real life and the receipts that are out there for the public view, the public records that anybody can go and look up about how Kane Allen doesn't pay his child support but uses his child for pandering to do fraudulent GoFundMes online, about how he uses real life victims to claim them as his own for him to profit off of, instead of the money going to the family that actually suffered the tragedy. And Lady Guinevere helping him to do this more than once. About how Lady Guinevere is the boosted queen of a lot of fraudulent GoFundMes, and I believe she's committed several herself. Lady Guinevere is a whole fraud herself. Heather DeGroy, Port St. Lucie. This is not bullying and harassing. This is for informational purposes only. This is for educational purposes only. People on TikTok deserve to know the truth about the big creators that they're seeing on here that have not been vetted by TikTok. The big creators that have not been vetted by anybody. They're just running rampant on an app, trying to make themselves appeal to not just your children, but your autistic children, your children with special needs. They're trying to target them, and they're trying to get a big following as Auntie and Mama, Mama G, Auntie G, trying to lure in that platform and those people to use them to boost it. TikTok, boost my content, get me more followers, so when I do the next GoFraudMe, I'll have a lot of people donating to my fraudulent GoFundMe. This is why they hate me, and they don't even want my friend's story getting heard. They're willing to sacrifice a real victim of police brutality, somebody that they finally admitted is a victim of police brutality. They still won't admit that he was killed for no law, no crimes committed, and no other reasons other than the fact that, yes, the officer found out from the aunt that he was gay before the officer even asked him to get out of the water. Why did the officer ask him to get out of the water? Because he was exercising his First Amendment rights. His freedom of speech, his freedom of religion. When James and Mario broke up and he broke free from all the toxicity that came along with Mario, James turned back to his religion that he was born into. His father was a preacher, a Baptist preacher. So James turned back to the Southern Baptist Church in those ways after he cleaned himself from the toxic shit and substances that Mario got him hooked on. When James was at the beach having his session of basically dealing with the quote unquote demons that you read about in the papers, James had addiction issues at that point that he broke free from, but those demons were still there. Those that know the real story and that those were close with him that do know the real story know how to pronounce his middle name too. Not unlike the red-bearded felon who's on this app who got caught for identity theft when he was claiming to help people when he really wasn't. Somebody I used to adore. Somebody I used to think highly of until I saw the truth about them, and I realized that they're just a fraud, like a lot of the other big creators on here. Somebody that I thought was out here for fighting the good cause against racism and homophobia, but is actually just using the communities to profit off of. And I stopped supporting them, and suddenly I was a bad person. That person, too, doesn't even know how to pronounce James's name correctly, but tells you that he's the king of research, and he knows all about the story, and he's going to tell you the story from the perspective of the officers, by the way. Sorry I'm on a rampage, but my best friend was taken out of this world by an officer called Joseph Tactic in Pinellas County, Florida, at Honeymoon Island on March 17th, 2012. The majority of the articles that you're going to read about online are told from the perspective and from the opinions, if you read and pay attention carefully, of Sheriff Bob Kateri. Research Bob Kateri, research how he got put into his position. Research about his